Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley. Hope you're doing well. So as you can see by the title today, we are continuing the Halloween franchise with Halloween, the Curse of Michael Myers. I know that at the end of my last video, I kind of said that I didn't really know what to do for my next video, like what to watch, that I kind of was thinking of doing a first time reaction maybe. So clearly I've kind of had a change of heart. To put it simply, I thought about it and I'm just not inspired to do first time reactions right now. It's October and I want to cover movies that inspire me, movies that I know that I love. I am in the Halloween zone, so I thought I would just continue the Halloween franchise this month with Halloween 6 and with Halloween H2O. And just to make sure we're on the same page here, like in regards to my channel, you can go ahead and skip to this time if you don't want to hear me babble about my channel. If you're looking for somebody who does like first time reaction videos and that's like the main thing that they do, and you just love those types of videos, my channel is probably not going to be for you. I'm not opposed to doing first time reactions at all, but it's just not what I really desire to do. Nothing against first time reaction videos at all. You know, I've asked you guys in the past, like for recommendations for movies that I haven't seen before, and you suggested some great ones that I would still love to watch for the first time on my channel at some point. But those first time reaction videos are gonna kind of be more of like a rare thing here on my channel. So that's not really a big deal anyway, since there are hundreds of other people here on YouTube who are doing first time reactions, so take your pick. I'm still going to be doing reactions and commentaries to movies that I love, like the Halloween franchise and other franchises too. Movies that I've seen that I have more knowledge about, so that I can do just kind of more like deep dives into the films. Not only that, but I do have like other ideas of the different types of videos that I'd love to do. Like I have this idea of a video series that I would love to do where I explore and celebrate the horror genre by decade. So a video celebrating 70s horror, a video celebrating 80s horror, a video celebrating 90s horror. Those videos will require a little bit more research, a little bit more time and effort, as opposed to just like a reaction video. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to make it clear again my intentions for this channel. Things could totally change, you know, never say never, but that's where I am right now. But yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling about that. So, Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, 1995, directed by Joe Chappelle. I want to say up front that I am watching the theatrical version today. Of course, there's the producer's cut, the infamous producer's cut, which was the original cut of the film before they did the reshoots. I grew up watching the theatrical version. That is the version that I love and that I know to be Halloween 6. So that is why I'm watching that one today. And yes, I am a fan of this film, the concluding entry of the Thorn trilogy. But I have to say that my reasons for loving this film have absolutely nothing to do with the plot line of the Cult of Thorn. I realized they were trying to continue the franchise after Halloween 5 introduced this mysterious character, this man in black with the Cult of Thorn tattoo and everything, so they wrote this film. At the end of the day, we don't explain why Michael is the way he is or why he does what he does, period. So just wanted to say that, just wanted to put that out there. I think the cult thing is stupid, but I still love this film. So along with Halloween 1978 all the way through H2O, I grew up watching these films on VHS as a kid, and the amount of joy that these films, even the bad ones, brought me, just immense joy. So there is the nostalgia factor there for me for this one too. Also, Michael is brutal in this film, which is why it always personally stuck out to me. It also came out the year I was born, which I don't know why that means anything. It doesn't really, just cool. I love the 90s, and this film is super 90s. Paul Rudd and his bat crazy acting. Is it a mess of a movie? Absolutely. Were there too many cooks in the kitchen? Absolutely. Was the Cult of Thorn a necessary plotline for this franchise? Absolutely not. Do I still love this movie? Absolutely. Also, there was a small point where I actually had a couple nightmares back when I watched a lot of horror movies and I was very little. I mean, I got desensitized real quick, but every once in a while I would have a nightmare about Michael Myers, and it was 99.9% of the time Halloween 6 Michael Myers. I love Michael in this movie. But yeah, I'm not going to babble on for too much longer. Let's just get into Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. We're in the 90s now, baby. You can tell by that editing. I'm excited. So we're not quite picking up where we left off in 5. There's been some time that's passed. Of course, that's supposed to be Jamie. We do not get Daniel Harris back for Halloween 6, unfortunately. There was some disagreement behind the scenes. She wanted to come back. She had every intention of coming back. She wasn't of age, I believe, and she had to get emancipated in order for them to hire her. And then she read the script and she's like, what the f? So it didn't end up working out. I think this actress does a fine job, but it does feel like there's a disconnect there. So anyways, this film was written by Daniel Ferrens, who was a really big fan of the franchise. And like I said, you know, he tried to write something that would make sense after part 5, after the crazy that part 5 introduced with no explanation. You know, he tried his best. The vision just wasn't clear, resulting in just a very bizarre film. Oh, there he is. This kill's great. It's great. Random spike in the wall? I never questioned it because this death is brutal. There's a lot of those like flashy cuts, like for a split second you see the knife. Those are all over this cut of the film, which I've heard people have issues with. I don't agree. I think it adds some pizzazz. First Halloween film of the 90s, things are gonna be a little different. I really like this character of Kara, played by Marianne Hagen. She's just a really likable character. She's very grounded. She feels like a real person and reminds me a lot of Laurie. She's somebody that you want to root for. He's so creepy in this movie. It's hilarious, but he does a great job as Tommy.
I was only 8 years old when I saw him. I survived. There is help out there for people like you. It's called electroshock therapy.
The fact that Paul Rudd was even approached about being Tommy again in Halloween Kills blows my mind. Like the fact that that was even, like that we even had a chance of that happening. I would have loved it. Say what you want about Anthony Michael Hall, you know, we'll get to that when we cover Kills. I don't think he did a bad job as Tommy. I think the issues with his portrayal of Tommy were just more the writing for that character. But yeah, could you imagine Paul Rudd as Tommy like today? Would have been something. I would have been here for it.
To old friends. Retirement. Old friends.
This was Donald Pleasant's last Halloween film. He said himself he would have done like 22 more Halloween films. Like he really had his heart in it. No matter how off the rails the films became, I do think that they were a part of him at this point. So, of course, getting into the whole producer's cut versus theatrical cut, I'm sure you guys probably know all about that. Basically, the original cut of this film is now what we call the producer's cut. There were multiple screenings of the film, and audiences just did not respond to it in a great way. So they changed a bunch of stuff, went back and did reshoots. In between the reshoots, Donald Pleasance had already passed away. So yeah, they went back, they added in quite a bit more gore. They even recast Michael. So for a lot of the film, we have George Wilbur, who portrayed him in part 4. And I think he did a great job, but for whatever reason, they kind of, I guess, wanted a more, I don't know, menacing looking Myers. So you can see it more towards the ending, because the ending is where things were like really different. Michael just looks taller and a little bit more slim. It's not super noticeable. Like as a kid, I didn't catch on, but I can tell now. Also, the producer's cut explained a lot more of the cult aspect of things, which people always kind of want to argue that is why the producer's cut is superior. I'm gonna have to disagree. Theatrical version it feels a lot more fast-paced. We get a lot more cooler sequences, especially towards the end. Like I said, the whole ending to the theatrical version is like my favorite part. We just get a lot of cool Michael stuff in this version that we do not get in the producer's cut. And I'll talk a little bit more about that once we get to the ending. Also, another thing that they changed was the music. So, you know, in the producer's cut, we kind of have like this very slow, like, it's Laurie's theme, I believe. It's like a kind of like an updated version of Laurie's theme, but it's literally played all throughout the film. And I love Laurie's theme, but it's just, it kind of dragged the film down, which I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's what it felt like to me. The theatrical version, they kind of did this like rock and roll type version of the theme, and it's awesome. I loved the music in this, a lot more rock and roll, a lot more 90s. It works so much better for the film. And of course, another big change between the producers and the theatrical is Jamie's death right here. In the producer's cut, she is stabbed and survives that and is later killed in the hospital bed, which, why? This death scene is super creepy. And this is so messed up. Michael is so messed up in this. But nope, it gets worse. So yeah, a lot more brutal death here than in the producer's cut. This dude sucks. He sucks. But the actor's really good at playing this part. When he gets it later, it's so satisfying. Also, I must bring up Salt Lake City. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So 4, 5, and 6 were filmed here. Look at this. It is so gorgeous. I feel like it's Halloween Day. It really does capture the Halloween spirit.
Before you came around, everything was going fine. You landed on our doorstep. You and that little bastard.
I see only one bastard in this house.
But honestly, the shittier he is, the more satisfying it is later when he gets murdered. Do it, Danny. Do it.
He's always staring out his window. Last night I caught him watching me. That must be Norman. Supposedly some scary shit happened to him when he was a kid. Messed up his head pretty bad. He's harmless though.
Okay, Norman.
Michael Myers.
I love this part right here.
Someone, anyone, help me. Dr. Loomis, are you out there? Can you hear me, Dr. Loomis? I need your help.
It's so good. I don't care how bad it is. He's so entertaining in this part. Like, just the weird little quirks that he incorporated into this role. I don't know if like they were on purpose or if that's just, you know, how he acted back then.
Can you tell me if a bus arrived from Pontiac last night? Are you looking for someone? Thank you.
So Paul Rudd finds the baby that Jamie left before she got murdered. So he's just kind of stuck with this baby throughout the rest of the movie. This cult baby. Okay, another thing we get in the theatrical version, this badass Brother Kane song. So good. Again, it's so 90s.
I need to see a doctor.
What seems to be the problem?
It's my baby. There's been an accident.
What kind of accident?
Get me a doctor now!
Security?
First of all, why would you call security when somebody's clearly like hysterical over their baby? Like there's something wrong with their baby. Why would you like get annoyed? She's like, that lady was a horrible actress. I'm sorry.
Tommy Doyle. Laurie Strode. Jamie's mother.
Also, I love the scenes with Paul Rudd and Donald Pleasance. I just love their chemistry together. Poor Deborah Strode.
Who is this?
I love this scene. So yeah, she did not deserve this, but this is an awesome kill scene. This shot of Michael with the axe, oh my gosh, that was the image in my nightmares. It's so good. It's so good. And again, just showcases the brutality of Michael in this film. Love it.
You don't really expect us to stay here, do you?
I want you to watch your house. See everything from that window.
Who am I supposed to be looking for?
Him.
which thorn represented a demon that spread sickness.
So we're kind of getting a little bit of backstory here on the Cult of Thorn, which I believe this is all we need about the Cult of Thorn. I think in the producer's cut they go overboard. Again, they show a lot more of the cult stuff in the producer's cut. But I think like here, this little part where Paul Rudd is kind of like going over the history of the cult. I mean, if we're doing the cult thing, let's keep it to a minimum. I mean, ideally, we would never have this because we don't explain the boogeyman. We don't explain the boogeyman. But I guess it's not so bad when Paul Rudd is explaining it. This is such a cool shot. I love this shot. I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's just so cool. Like, this movie really did like capture that Halloween spookiness.
Long time ago, it was a night of
And Mrs. Blankenship
when the day
was one creepy lady. Oh, Dad's home.
Thanks for the dinner.
I hate him, but I know his demise is close. I love this death. I love this death. Nice. I love that shot of the house. I've always loved that. I mean, would that happen? I don't know. Probably not. But it is pretty awesome. I believe in the producer's cut, we kind of just see Michael like stabbing him and like pinning him up against something with him being electrocuted. I mean, that's fine. But the head exploding? I dig it.
Beth, what you said before about Michael Myers living in our house, is that really true?
I will say, speaking of the Myers house, at least the Myers house looks more like the Myers house in this one. Not that weird castle from part 5. Oh, and I guess I should mention really quick about the mask in part 6. Love. I think that it looks really good. I do think it is one of the better ones. Definitely better than 4, definitely better than 5. Not as good as part 1 or part 2, but still really good. I think if anything, the ears are a little big. They just seem a little big to me, but other than that, it's a great mask.
Hey, Beth, can you bring a towel in here? I'm freezing. Thanks.
Michael brought him a towel. He allowed him to dry off a little bit before, you know, he murders him. He's a nice guy. Real nice guy. We love a classic throat slit.
Hold on a second.
Ooh, and I love this. I love where she's looking across the street into the window and she watches Beth getting stabbed.
Right now. Carol, what the hell is going on? Look out, there's someone in the room. He's right behind you.
Perfect. Perfect music.
Can you run?
Nice, but also I don't think that she would have been able to hit him that hard to where he tumbled like that down the stairs. I'm sorry. Can we watch that again? Can we watch Paul Rudd get out of that car again?
What the fuck is that?
Just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Ooh, you could hear like crack. Oh yeah. It's just so good. I'm sorry. People can hate this movie all they want, and I don't blame them for it. It is a mess. But you cannot deny Michael looks badass and brutal in this one.
Who knew? Nobody knew except me and
No. Please.
Win.
She did a Sally from Texas Chainsaw. I could have never done that. I would have been dead. But yeah, just need to pause right here for just a second. So in that scene, it is shown that the man in black is Dr. Wynn, which I don't even think I mentioned Dr. Wynn at all. in this video so far. You know, he's a colleague of Loomis, a friend of Loomis. Yeah, it's not the most exciting reveal, but it's Dr. Wynn. Dr. Wynn's the man in black. He's part of the cult, and so is Mrs. Blankenship. Yeah.
Where's Kara? I feel like I've been drugged. We have been drugged.
It's a weird cut right here. I believe this, from this point on, completely different ending than the producer's cut. All of this right here, reshoots. Like I've said in the video, I much prefer this ending. Again, the producer's cut showed a lot more of the cult stuff. Again, people like to argue that showing more of the cult stuff is better for the film, but it's not better when the cult stuff is dumb to begin with. We just get a lot more like stupid shots in the producer's cut, like with Michael just standing with the cult. It's bizarre. And then the producer's cut also has the producer's cut also has Michael, the literal boogeyman, standing there completely halted by Paul Rudd and the power of the runes. It is...
What is this, honey?
just bizarre.
Kara.
He's very angry. How does it feel to be damned?
I always remember being freaked out by that, but also confused. So I'm like, who is this lady with bad teeth? But terrified me. We are in store for another incredible Paul Rudd acting performance. Michael's like, can you keep it down? I'm trying to rest. Also, Michael noticeably taller and thinner. I don't know why Paul Rudd decided to make that choice, but I'm so glad he did. She does such a good job, because that's how you would react. Nice. Okay, the producer's cut also does not have this sequence coming up here, which is one of my favorites ever in the whole franchise. Oh my god. The operating room massacre. I don't know how people don't love this. It's so badass. I don't know, just, I guess at this point in the franchise, we hadn't really seen Michael do something like this before, just like literally wreck so many people at once. Just the way it's shot, like with the weird like strobe effect, and we can only see like glimpses of the dead bodies, and then Paul Rudd's reaction to it, and just the screaming in the background. It's just, it's dark and it's terrifying. And I really like it. Oh, and this is so awesome right here. Look at Michael, look at Michael. Look at him, look at him. He's almost running. He is almost running. Look at him pick up the pace there. And then the red lighting, oh. Any other time I'd be like, okay, we don't need to see him running, but it's so creepy to see him like pick up the pace like that. Mike's pissed. Look how fast he's walking. He looks so good. He looks so good. You guys are probably thinking this movie does not deserve this much praise. I'm sorry. It's just such a fun watch for me. Yeah, the theatrical definitely has the better ending. There's absolutely no discussion about that. Mask looks good. Mask looks good. Just refreshing after part 5 and part 4. Paul Rudd is just insane. He's insane. Ooh, and then we get Paul Rudd just beating the crap out of Michael with a pipe. Reminiscent of part 5 with, you know, Loomis just beating Michael with the 2x4. I love it. I love it. I would take Paul Rudd beating the crap out of Michael with the pipe over the cult stuff and the runes any day.
Come with us. No, I have a little business to attend to here.
In memory of Donald Pleasance. Oh, that song's so good. So that was Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. I guess I should talk about the ending really quick. Obviously, in the theatrical version, you just get that shot of the mask and you get to hear Loomis screaming. In the producer's cut, they show a little more. I don't like it, but they show a little more. We get Loomis taking the mask off Michael, and then it turns out to be Dr. Wynn. And then the Cult of Thorn tattoo appears on Loomis's arm, and that's why Loomis screams. And then there's the shot of Michael walking in the Man in Black outfit. Whatever. I guess we can assume that Loomis dies. I don't know. I just prefer it. Like I've said throughout the whole video, I prefer this version any day. I do still think it's really cool that we have the producer's cut. I think that it's great for us fans. You know, it's more footage. It's more stuff for us to get our hands on and dive deep in. It's just not the cut that I prefer. So, yeah. Leave me a comment telling me what you think about Halloween 6, even though I'm pretty sure what most of you guys are gonna say. I don't know. I've just always had a soft spot for it. I love Michael in this so much. I think as fans who love this movie, like, you know, we have nostalgia for it, honestly, but we're fully aware of like all its issues. Like, we're not blind to them or anything. Like, we acknowledge that the film has issues, but it's so fun. It's just such a fun watch. It's always been. But, you know, it came out in '95. Slashers were not in a great place, I guess, by the mid-90s, you know, a year before Scream. And then, of course, Scream would change everything. So it is what it is, I guess. But I know I had a great time watching it with you guys today on the channel. And next video is going to be a very, 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 very exciting video because I'm going to be watching Halloween H2O, and it's gonna be a celebration. I absolutely adore Halloween H2O, so it's just gonna be a really fun time. I'm really excited. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys are having a great October. This is just a great time to be a horror fan, and I hope you guys are doing well. Again, thanks so much for being here with me today. And yeah, see you guys in my next video.